What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today I'm going to be bringing a very basic web app guide, but it includes a lot of important mistakes that players often make going into the new FIFA, along with some tips that a lot of beginners might not know, and some things to remind you guys that are veteran players that you might have forgotten about that you should be preparing for in terms of the web app drop. So the first thing and the most important thing that I want to start out with, guys, is the fact that the web app transfer market is not always unlocked for new players. In fact, here's an account that I haven't played FIFA 21 on, and you can see it is completely locked. Now, if I took this account into FIFA 22, it's very likely that transfer market will still be locked for me in FIFA 22 until I start playing on the console. And after a while of playing on the console, it would unlock. So if you've got an account that has the transfer market for FIFA 21 unlocked, it will probably be unlocked for FIFA 22. But if it's not unlocked for you guys, you need to make sure that you have an account ready that is unlocked so that you can immediately head into making coins in the FIFA 22 web app. You don't want to sit here and have this sign that says continue playing FUT 22 on the PlayStation 4 to unlock the transfer market, because if that's the case, then you pretty much don't have any use for the web app, because although you can do squad building challenges and you could head into marquee matchups and try to do it, if you don't have all 11 players in your club already, you can't do it. You can't go out and buy somebody off the market to complete it. And basically the transfer market is all the web app is good for. So if you don't have it unlocked, then there's literally no use. So that's the most important thing. Make sure you have an account ready, and if you're a returning player that didn't play FIFA 21, or if you're a brand new player for FIFA 22, you make sure right now you have an account ready. Don't wait until the last week or the last couple days, or it might be too late and you can't unlock the transfer market in time. Make sure you guys get it unlocked ASAP. The next thing you're going to want to do once you get into FIFA 22 web app is you're going to look at the squad building challenges. Now, if you don't have a lot of coins, let's say you only have 2,000 coins, you're probably not going to want to hop right into hybrid leagues or hybrid nations. And I will be bringing a squad building challenge guide out for you guys for these SBCs when they do drop. And you will have to complete a couple of basic SBCs. Not exactly these, but we can use these as examples. And here's the thing, this will have a lot to do with what country you choose at the beginning of the game. You'll have a choice between 9 countries to choose for your starter team, and your starter team will look something along these lines. It'll be pretty bad with a lot of bronze cards. But as you can see, I chose England for this team, and I ended up with a couple of English gold cards and a couple of English silvers and bronze cards from different nations here. And I used those cards in these squad building challenges to complete them very quickly, rather than going out and spending 150 to 200 coins per card, and a lot of times even more than that, because as you can see, one nation midfield is not a terribly easy SBC to do when you're just starting the game. You need 3 silver players with exactly 5 different leagues in the squad. And you know what country really helps with that? England. If you choose England, you're going to get a mixture of bronze and silver and gold cards from different leagues. And there are 4 English leagues in the game. You got the Premier League, the Championship, the EFL League 1, and the EFL League 2. So that's 4 leagues out of the way already. And then if you get lucky, you might have a 5th league, possibly Serie A with Tammy Abraham, maybe from Roma, or maybe a different league all entirely, like a Scottish league or something like that, and that'll be your 5th league. So if you've got all these players already in your club, that's going to save you quite a few coins, because a lot of the times there's like a silver right mid from an off league that's super expensive that you have to buy, and you don't want to do that. So choosing Netherlands might not be a great idea, because you only get the Eredivisie, and there's really not too many abroad players that are silver or bronze from Netherlands that you can use in those SBCs. You're really going to get a bunch of bronzes and silvers from the Eredivisie, and possibly a gold card from Bundesliga, or a gold card from Premier League, and another gold card from Eredivisie. But it's a lot easier to get those gold cards rather than the silvers. So I would go with England or maybe Germany, because there's 3 different leagues there. If you get lucky, you might be able to go Argentina, but again, kind of the same concept. You're going to get a lot of bronzes and silvers from the Argentinian league, and then the gold cards will be from different leagues, which is not really going to help you all that much. So once you finish those, you're going to head into the hybrid leagues. You're really going to need like 5 to 6, maybe 7,000 coins to get started on this, and possibly less if you get lucky and have some cards already. So you're going to watch one of my YouTube videos on how to complete these for the cheapest possible. You're going to go ahead and probably start with Hybrid Nations, and then you're going to want to do the cheap ones, which are the first 3. The last one is normally slightly more expensive because you need a higher rating and a lot of rare cards, so you're probably going to need closer to 12,000 coins to complete the final window. So you're going to want to start with one of these, preferably one that gives you a good pack in return, like a Prime Gold Players pack there, or a Gold Players pack that's not terrible, but the Electrum Players pack isn't really going to give you any chance of getting a good player. It'll basically just be a pack that you gonna sell for just above quick sell price. So I would start with maybe 6 of the best, maybe Elite 8 if you've got the coinage, and then go ahead and continue building the first 3. And once you complete these, you're going to go ahead and finish it off with the final in the window, which is going to give you a 50k pack. And then for completing the entirety of Hybrid Nations, you're going to get a rare mega pack. So just for completing that final window, you're going to get 105,000 coins in packs, roughly. They could change it a little bit for FIFA 22, but since the beginning of advanced SBCs, and now they're listed under the Foundation, they've never changed these 3 SBCs. They were introduced in FIFA 17, and they've been the exact same every single year. Although the rewards have changed a little bit, the requirements have been roughly the same, and the rewards have been roughly the same as well. So that's what you should do there, and if you get really lucky, you could end up with well over 100,000 coins after doing them, and at the very least, you're going to profit at least 10,000 coins per window. They're very cheap to complete, and the rewards are definitely great. So I really like the advanced SBCs for profit early on in the game. Getting off the ground is the hardest part of the FIFA experience, is going from 0 to 10,000 to 100,000 coins, and using these advanced SBCs to help you do that is probably the most efficient for you, because once you get a few coins, it becomes a lot easier to trade on the market. It becomes a lot easier to make even more and more and more coins. The rich get richer. So using these at the very beginning, I think, is best for your buck, even though you can't do them again, which sucks. I wish you could continuously do these, but if you could, that'd be a little bit too overpowered. Once you get up in coins a little bit, it's important to keep that ball rolling, and the best way to do that is with some low budget trading methods. So I'll go over a couple of these, but one thing I want to talk about before that is sniping. If you're new to FIFA, sniping means that you're going for a card that just got listed up on the market, and you try to buy it before anybody else can buy it. So you got to be quick, and you got to beat everybody else that's going for the same card. So one of those filters could be Gold, Common, Premier League, right? And right now they're all going for 500 coins. You can see they sell within 2 minutes at 500 coins no matter the card. So getting the card for 450 coins, that's going to be kind of tough, right? So you've got to continue to update the bid price and continue to search at 450 coins, and eventually a card will pop up. And there's one right there. But if you're not quick, like you're going as slow as I am right there, obviously you're not going to get that card. The bid status has changed, and the auction will be updated. When that pops up in your top right corner, that basically means you didn't get the card. And there's 3 reasons for that being. Even if you are the quickest person, you keep sniping these cards, and it keeps saying you didn't get it, and you're like, how could somebody physically be faster than what I'm going right now? Well, a lot of the time, somebody might be cheating for that card. There are oftentimes bots, which are the worst thing, and then there's also plugins, which give players an advantage, where they might have to skip clicking a button to get the card, and they get it quicker. Or they might be just having the game somehow before everybody else, and they can use the controller, and that obviously gives an advantage as well. But those 3 different ways basically mean you have almost no chance of getting this card off the market. And when that's the case, you should probably try either sniping for a different filter or going out and trying a different trading method, because sniping on the web app is difficult. It does take a few buttons, and if you're not used to it, then it's very, very difficult to get it right. You gotta go. I mean, that's like clicking 4 different buttons, and if you're not perfect, then you're not going to get the card a lot of the time. So you've got to be quick with that, and if it gets annoying, I just suggest step away from that. There's other methods that you can use, and the first method is a method that I created, so I'd love to show you guys this method that I used all the way back at the beginning of FIFA 17. And I've used it every single year, and it's not that big of a trading method, although I have seen variations get kind of popular. I created this 1, 2, 3 method, but somebody else created the 10, 20, 30 method based on this method, which goes for informs, and that also works really well, so props to them for that. But this one works really well for low budget. All you got to do is set your bid price at minimum 1,000, maximum 2,000, and then minimum buy now price at 3,000. And that is almost it. You can obviously add different filters if you want to go gold, if you want to go silver, if you want to go gold Premier League like we just did. Anything works. Or you can just do it like this. What you're going to look for are the cards that already have a bid on them, like this one. That Delafeu right there, we go ahead and bid for 1,300 coins. And you might not get it, or maybe you will. But you go ahead and place a bid on every single card that already has a bid on it. And a lot of the times you'll end up getting it. And for those that you do end up getting, you can flip on the market for profit. Now the reason you only go for the cards that have bids on them is because they're actually being bidded by other players, which basically gives you an assumption that they're a good deal. But if you don't have very many coins yet, and you're very early on in the process, what I would suggest is when you find one of these cards, like Neuhaus right here, who has a bid of 1,200, go ahead and compare the price. Make sure that his buy now is well over 1,200. And as you can see, it looks like he goes for about 2,900. So bidding 1,300 on that card, we should end up with some profit. All the ones that don't have bids on them, we do not want to bid those, all right? And make sure you're not clicking buy now, because that would be a huge mistake and you would throw away all the coins that you've worked very hard to make. So that's one of the filters that I like to use. Obviously, just bidding in general is a good method. You can go gold, you can go Bundesliga or Serie A, and then you can go for common cards and just bid on those cards because they might go for like 500 or more. So right now they're 500. So what you'll want to do is you'll set your max bid price at 400 and get rid of the buy now, and then you'll just bid on every single card. And you won't get all of them. You might not even get half of them, but the ones you do, it's easy profit, and you're making tons of coins every single second. You're basically making, 100 to 200 coins for every single card you bid on that you end up getting. So it's very easy profit, and we'll see right after this how many we actually end up getting off of this. So hopefully you guys have learned something in this video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. I know it's some basic trading methods, some more deeper dives I go into on Gamers Class, so you can check out the videos I've made on there. And then I'll also definitely be covering it on my Twitch channel and on my live streams and on my future Trading to Glory videos. So as you can see, we've already won some items. We won that Neuhaus, we won that Ramsey. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Ramsey first, because we won that card for 2,100. Let's see what it's actually going for. Now, given the fact that it is later in the year, it might not be the greatest trading method on FIFA 21, given the fact that players are kind of throwing their coins away a little bit easier than they would be at the beginning of the year for FIFA 22. But as you can see, we just picked up a Ramsey for 2,100, and he goes for at least 3,000 coins. You can see that one's up for 2,800, but it looks like we could probably buy that card and sell it as well. So that's even more profit for us. And it looks like he goes for maybe about 3,300. I'm not exactly sure because it looks like there's a ton of cards at 4K, but they're all getting bought at 3,500. So looks like a great trade for us right there. So we've made ourselves at least 1,000 coins off of Ramsey alone. Andre Almeida, we picked up a couple of them. And now all of the gold cards are starting to come through. So we've got some of these gold cards now. Miguel Veloso, we already know they sell for at least 550 coins at the minimum. So we can actually check these cards individually if you have time. And if you're on a low budget, I would suggest checking all of them at the same, all of them individually. But if you're starting to get some more coins and you want to be more efficient, I would just find a price that they're selling for and then just go ahead and list all of them for that price. They sell for at least 550, but if you look at Veloso, Miguel Veloso individually, you can see there's none for 550. Are there any for 600? There are for 600. So you'll want to list him for more than 550. You'll want to list him for 600 at least. So that's kind of how I do it, guys. And if you guys have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments down below. I'll bring a ton more web app guides in the near future. And make sure to check out my gaming class or Gamers Class videos because I've been working really hard on those, and I would love for you guys to go support. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.